All right. Okay.
No technical problems.
No, not never. Not
Not
for
this time
us.
either. But okay, we're finally live. Hello, Grimskull.
Hey, what's up? Let me mute some other things in the
Get the
background.
breath.
We're still trying to, not have a conniption here, and I'm retweeting
Yes.
quote
Yeah,
tweet.
because the thing is that we were going to be live like 5 minutes ago
Right.
uh, on a event that we created, but it didn't work, so we did another one. I mean, you
Well,
did. You were
well,
very fast on your
we
end
were
to
doing
correct.
complicated things that
Yeah.
probably should have done
Double check.
complicated things
Yes.
yesterday, but false
But we're here
start.
now.
False. Tell them what we're talking about. Well, now, and I'll.
Yes, today's live stream episode of the XG podcast, the Small Creative Podcast, is going to talk about AI, the hot thing nowadays. Well, now, not nowadays, but I mean, everyone is going crazy with Chat GPT, right? And all those, well, there are so many tools, but I think in their core, they're all using the same. So, Chat GPT, we're going to talk about it and how it has affected us in uh, our content creation, in a good way, in a bad way. How do we feel? And I say good or bad way because I know that they're both teams. They're yay teams and they're nay teams. Where are we? Where do we stand? I'm on the 100% yay team.
There are a lot of it definitely kind of falls into a big camp of naysayers and
Mhm,
you know cheerleaders. For me,
mhm.
I uh, I I I have opinions on a few things. Um,
Yes.
that's why we're
And
here to
we're
talk
going to
about it. That's why we're here to
exactly,
talk about it.
exactly. That's why we
Um,
are here. Hmm?
Let me get the jokes out of the way. AI is going to destroy mankind.
Yes.
If
Yes.
Skynet becomes sentient, uh,
We're all screwed.
AI will have no use for humanity and will seek to destroy us all.
Hmm.
They will take our jobs.
That's the most important thing that they will take our
Um,
jobs. That is, yeah, we're joking. Have you
but
played Mass Effect?
a few times, yeah, I played a few of the.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, it is the it's all that about humanity and sentient AI. Anyway,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
not going to talk about games, but so jokes aside, or do you have
Right.
more jokes, please?
Well,
Please.
I have lots more jokes, but we've got a few areas of AI to talk about, like that you have the text AI or written word AI like Chat GPT, right? We have
Yes.
some AI that generates artwork.
Yes.
Mid Journey being the
Um,
one that we have messed with.
yes.
I don't know too much about the video creation AI. Um,
Same. Same.
but
Uh,
let's let's start out with the first, right? The Chat GPT.
yes. I have been abusing it, burning it.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe, but I have been using it a lot. First to test the waters,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was reading about you seeing what others were doing with it, seeing examples, and I have to say it is an amazing tool for productivity, if I can put it in one sentence.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's not about generating something and just simply blindly copying and pasting it somewhere. But for me, it's a way to generate ideas, content that I can then take and reuse it, edit it,
Right.
redistribute it in a way, or just generate ideas. Like we are content creators, okay? We have our YouTube channels, And there were times that I have been stuck, like, okay, what video do I make now? Like, because like I want to do something, but okay, I go there and I say, give me 5 ideas about this and this and this subject for a YouTube video for that and that. And I have
There
my inspiration right
and,
there.
and there it is.
Yes.
I
So for me, yes.
I have not used it. I think maybe once, and I don't even remember what I used it for, but I have, you know, heard others talking about um, its uses and how amazing it is at really just coming up with complete coherent, whatever you want. I mean, you could tell it
Mm,
basically, how much content you want, how little content you want, but it just spot on stuff that it would take you hours to figure out how to write, right? There have been
mm,
coders that go in and it can solve complex code, come up with complex code in seconds, is what I'm hearing.
yes.
you know
Yes.
the other thing is that people have been, like you said, using it more to generate scripts for ideas to use in content creation.
Outlines. Yeah.
um, but also people have talked about the kind of negative sides of it, to where this thing in education, they're going to be able to generate, or the thought that people will generate papers,
Hmm.
from it and turn them in as original, you know works, when they didn't
That
come up
is
with it.
that is not good, of course. That's we don't support. I don't support that.
Right.
Definitely not for
Certainly.
education. Coincidentally, well, before I was just browsing, of course, on YouTube, and I bumped into an interview, a clip of an interview from Neil deGrasse,
Mhm.
and they were talking about that. So he had a nice explanation about it. Like, now I'm not going to be as good in explaining as he did, so but I will try that. If you are cheating in something, fine, yes, you can use this tool to cheat and maybe take a degree, but you as a person, what have you achieved afterwards?
Right.
You haven't learned anything. So using the tool to cheat something in the system, it doesn't help you as a person in any way. So
Oops,
yeah, you
sorry.
can do that.
Scratched my ear right on camera. But anyway, yes. I mean,
Yes. And I think in a way he was saying that they are doing that because the education system is giving more value to grades than to learning.
yes.
So that's a whole
That
different.
that is that's a whole, yeah, agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
You definitely are cheating yourself if you're going to use crutches to
Mm-hmm.
just pass your assignments, right? And that's what it is.
Yes.
It's a crutch to be able to pass an assignment, that, and then you did not, dive into the material in order to write whatever paper or theory or whatever on it. Um,
Correct.
but that is one of the kind of negative aspects of the AI that I've been hearing a lot of people talk about, and I
Mhm.
agree. It's like, it. But how do you police that? How is that going to be policed? How, do
Well, there are tools. I don't know how widespread they are, but they're working on them.
right,
And probably there will be more and more that they can detect if a text is AI generated or not.
right,
I don't know what parameters. I was reading an article actually, a kid in some university was doing that. And of course, I mean, it's a matter of time to create a tool that can detect if that text is original or not.
right,
I don't know today. Maybe 10 years it might be harder as AI will become more complex or advanced a bit more, because at this point it can create simple language. I don't know much. I'm not as
right,
educated
right.
to know much. So if anyone knows more in the chat or in the comments, if you watch the replay, let us know, of course. but the argument was that it cannot generate complex, and oh my god, it was using a word that our brain, we can compose big
Right.
sentences and
Yeah, yes.
complex. Yeah, something like that.
So Rob, um, did we lose you? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen. You're
Okay.
talking,
Yeah.
your mouth is moving. There's no sound. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
I'm I'm doing faux pas things. My brain is not here. I need AI.
You
I
do.
need an AI brain.
You do.
But I was
Yes.
looking at Rob basically said there's a great news segment on PBS of university professors talked how students misuse Chat GPT using it to write their paper steps on how to deal with it. Cool. I think
But let me say, I want to add something else. When I went to college myself in the 2000, 2001,
mhm,
we didn't have ChatGPT back
no,
then, but we
we still
had
had
the
the internet
bookstore that there was this bookstore that it had photocopies of previous exams, previous papers that we could go and buy them and use them. So the
in the
cheating has
bookstore.
always, well, it was not a bookstore, it was like a photocopy store, and they had those. It was
Oh,
not a bookstore. It was
yeah, I was about to
those.
say a like a because I was
No,
like, is a campus bookstore that
no.
sold
It
those
was
things? Yeah.
outside. It was outside
Ah,
back then. We had
no.
to print out, so it was one of
Yeah.
those. Sorry,
My
so
my Go
cheating
ahead.
has always been there. That's
Yeah,
what I
it
want to
has.
say.
Agreed.
Mm.
I mean, there are people they would, students would pay somebody to write a paper.
Or that.
You know, people would have copies of the paper that they could sell.
Yes.
But Rob was saying, certainly someone can open a course on ethics of AI, which I I guarantee you there's already one out there somewhere.
Yes. Yes.
A college campus is teaching it. But yes, my kid has also talked about that, that people can get previous tests um,
Mm-hmm.
from outside sources. You got to be careful with that too, because there are some professors that will actually put out tests um, with questions either right or wrong, and they use that as kind of a honeypot to where they
To
catch
make use.
people
Yeah.
trading tests and stuff. But yeah, so certainly these types of like AI tools like Chat GPT can be used to help generate ideas um, and create content, using as a kind of a stepping stone or a foundation to expand on. But yes, the downside would be using it to kind of cheat your way. You
And
know,
of yes, and I'm sure that there are going to be people that they will generate blog posts and just upload them as they are. Which I mean, it's I would say
yeah,
black hat SEO. Hello, it has always been there. Just
yeah,
another
yeah,
tool
yeah, yeah.
to cheat the algorithm.
Sorry, Sherston, I screwed something up and had to start over a new stream, and yeah,
But we're
so
here now.
well, it's my fault.
Hi everyone. I don't see the chat, but hi chat.
I'm glad she's taking a
Yeah.
break from
Mm?
Valheim.
Valheim. Yes. um but I think for me, if I was right now a freelancer, if I was freelancing like it was a few years ago,
Right,
it would have been great for me
George.
to have such a tool right now.
Right,
It will be an assistant. And we had that discussion earlier with George, and about, I wanted to say also about the code that, yeah, Chat GPT might generate code, but it's up to the human brain. It's up
yeah,
to people like
yeah.
George to see if that is suitable for what I want to do, or do I have to tweak it?
Well,
So it's
yeah,
just a time savior.
and that's when I, using it for to using it in your profession to kind of be more efficient with what you do, I think is perfectly legit.
Yes, we
Using
like it.
it to get ahead without actually knowing the the information or the skill or whatever, like
It's
In the end, it'll get you so far, but in the end, it's going to bite you in the butt because sooner or later somebody's going to ask you to solve a problem, uh,
then you would
and
say
and
one
and you
moment.
and you don't have
Like, okay, you
access
can
to
say.
Chat GPT or whatever AI, and
Yeah,
you're screwed. So
yeah, true.
so
Exactly.
so there you go. That's kind of,
Mm,
it's a good tool, but can be abused, and yeah,
correct. And I mean, I would like to have the discussion also in a couple of years, see where we are
right,
at.
right,
2 years, in 5 years, in ten
yeah,
years. We should keep that in the archive. The first
right.
chat that we had and what we were saying versus in 10 years. But let me ask you something else. You, as a graphic designer or motion illustrator, I never can say your title correctly.
Motion. I'm a pixel pusher. That's what I'm a
Okay.
pixel pusher
Yes. How about that for you, for your work? How has it helped you? Do you use
for
it
for
for image?
chat. Okay, well, so moving on to our next kind of segment here, we're talking
Yes.
about it, AI artwork, right? AI image
Yes.
generation.
Yes.
I've used it. Yes, I just started using it more. But at first I was kind of like, oh, it's
Why? What was
again,
the
it might be kind of I feel like I'm cheating by using it and not, it's kind of a tool. I mean, you can, because you can create, I mean, if the most popular one I think right now, right, Mid Journey, and we are both using that. You
Yes.
can create some fantastic
Yes.
images by just
Yes.
using text prompts, right?
Correct.
Which, this is kind of a segue, because you can use Chat GPT to come up with text prompts for Mid
Yes.
Journey. And there are people
Yeah.
that are creating some amazing looking images, in a variety of styles, and
Hmm.
for a variety of purposes. Um, I currently use it mainly to try to generate images that that it's going to take me a lot of time to composite. I'll give an example. Is like, I work for Redactor, which is a news
Hmm.
YouTube channel, and a lot of our thumbs deal with political issues or
Hmm.
cultural, and
Hmm.
so I'm either having to go and grab an image from Google and then cut that out, and then maybe if I want somebody with a certain look on their face, it's kind of hard to find. So you can go into Midjourney with the prompts, and with an image of that person, you can link it to an image, and then use that as the base, and then give prompts for, like, you want them smiling or frowning or angry, or you want them in this sort of background or wearing a certain thing. I've been able to
And you
do
can give
that.
dimensions also, ratio, like in what
Well, that's,
format.
yeah, I mean, that, yeah, there's
Okay.
aside from the
Mhm.
technical aspects of it, what I use it for is to generate images that I cannot necessarily find through, you know my media resources. And
I
in a
was
minute,
going to say traditional media.
yeah, in a minute, well, we'll show you. I've got my Mid Journey page pulled up. In a minute, I think
I have it also.
we'll
We
we'll
can
we'll
compare
pull them
it.
up
Yeah.
and see what kind of
Yeah.
images we've created. Um, but that's
Uh,
kind of what I've been using it for lately.
And I mean, you said you felt like cheating, but I'm going to say that it was what you described for me. It's
At
not cheating.
first,
It's the same way at first.
yeah,
It is
at
also
first,
a way to be efficient because you know what you want, you
right.
have an idea in your head, and just want somehow to put it into life. And you don't have the time to start from scratch to do that, or you don't have the time to search the entire web if you find what you want, but you have a creative idea and you just want to put it into life. So it is a tool that is helping you to do that. uh, so I don't see any ethical problem there. Maybe me in my brain, if someone
Mm.
has a different opinion, of course, or something that we haven't thought of course, let us know. Uh, I have used it for web design inspiration. Of course, there are so many web designs out there that you can buy or you can find inspiration on websites like Behance or Dribble and those things. But I was indeed mind blown because I gave it a prompt and it generated a web design and it was like what I had in my mind. And for me, for a web developer that doesn't have the design skill, that is a huge assistance. If I were to do that as a freelancer, I could have something to create, build websites for customers.
My
It's
question, here's my question on that.
okay. Yes.
And you can show me here in a second because you've got your stuff pulled up too. But when
Hmm.
so you'll put in prompts for a design, but it just comes up with an image of the
Yes.
design, like you would
Yes.
create a thumbnail to show off the design. Like, because that's what we were had
Yes.
started to do this sort of stuff with Elementors, where I would come up with a design and then hand it off
Yes.
to you to then. But that's the thing. So what you're doing is coming up with a design that you then use that kind of like I guess is what a comp. It's a rough comp is what I'm going to say, but it's way better than a rough comp. But it's a way for you to go, okay, this is here's how I need to code this because now I have a visual frame of reference, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It saves time for me
It
to
does
just
not build the website for you,
not Mid Journey.
but there are others that will
Well, the
build it.
chat GPT can generate bots. It can generate, well, I don't know to what extent, a static HTML.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, which
Okay.
then I can put it in a document, and then yes, it can create. I haven't. I was trying to test it out into creating a website. It cannot create a website for me just by putting a prompt.
Right.
I would need to do some stuff, of course. I would need to do some edits, or it can give me some elements of a website that I have to put together anyway.
Right.
So, unless there's something else that I'm missing, but because I work with WordPress, I don't see the point. We were talking, I had that discussion previously, as I said, with George, because George, he's in the chat,
Mm-hmm.
he's a programmer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just having code, putting it into WordPress doesn't make sense because it is a system, okay?
Right.
It's, yeah. But to get the inspiration to build it with WordPress, yes, that.
Mm. Let's read a few comments here. Let's see. Where
And
were we
there are
at?
people that have
George
involved with,
loves George
yes,
loves Chat
yes.
GPT. This works great to save time. It saved him 5,000 hours straight up. Rob says
Yes.
pixel pusher better than pencil pusher. Sometimes it's the same thing, but it still needs to be. George says, but it still needs to be better or generate secure code. Yep. Sean's like I told David, it's a good to do a simple and cheap, but to keep the same thing with small changes, it's not there yet. Like couches in the same spot and buildings. Yeah, that sometimes I on that note, sometimes it actually it does a good job in some areas, like the mid journey, and then other areas, it it, it never for me can replicate exactly what I say. There's always something out of place.
Mm.
But for somebody who does Photoshop and all that stuff, it's a good like for you when you're creating a layout, right? I can at least take that into Photoshop and tweak it to how I want.
Yes.
So it's a good
And
fit. It creates good what I call foundation images, right?
yes,
Yeah.
which saves time in
Yeah.
our bit. It will make us create something way faster,
Right. Um,
I guess. Well,
and
we will.
with what Jason from Breaking Point Studios says, I don't remember what AI is. What AI is artificial intelligence, right? I don't, but there is one that, oh, you don't remember what AI it was. I got you. You're,
Mm, okay.
the app makes product photography for you. It's not very good right now, but it makes me worried that I wouldn't be needed one day. I see. Yeah, it's you can describe items in like Midjourney, right? And you can use Chat GPT to come up with descriptions for items, but it is not going to be specific to that item that you want to photograph. But what I can see it doing is if you take a photograph of the item, right? Jason, you take a good photograph of the item, you upload it, you use that, you copy that URL, and then you go into Midjourney or wherever, because Midjourney will use images that you supply. You then um, use text prompts to put it in a scenario or background or whatever that you want. That way, you're not having to go on location, right, to shoot items, you know, somewhere, or you don't need a big
The
studio.
mountains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just need a light box with your camera, and you take pictures on a nice clean
It's a good
background,
point.
upload them, and
Mhm.
I think that could work. So
I do get the worry that many people have, and to some extent, maybe me, that okay, will we be replaced?
I
And I do get it,
I'm definitely worried about that. I mean,
but I think we shouldn't think of it like that. We should see how we can use that to our advantage to not be replaced.
right?
How can we
But here's the
become
but here's the thing.
okay?
If we're going to use the AI tools to do this, then we don't need Photoshop. We don't need Premiere. We don't need all the other apps, right?
Well, maybe
If
we
if
think,
AI, look, I'm thinking ahead here. I'm thinking future.
yeah. I mean,
If it
Midjourney can become the
continues
new
to evolve,
Photoshop.
yes. If it becomes so evolved that you know,
Well, Canva probably hit
ca-
the competition to Adobe to Photoshop. I mean, so
you can
uh,
already, Sean, you can already like describe renderers in Midjourney, and it will render like it was rendered out of those 3D rendering
well,
programs.
maybe Photoshop will become the dinosaur of this era.
Maybe, maybe. Told a mutual friend of mine, mine and Xanthi, I could tell that the text wasn't yours because that's not your tone. Yes, I could see that.
What?
George was talking about that he told a mutual friend of yours, his and yours, that you could tell the text wasn't yours because it was not your tone.
Oh yeah. Well, yes, yes. It was in text generation. I mean, a friend, let's say a friend of a friend, or I heard like a person is using AI to blog. Another person is very good in copywriting, so that person could spot that that was not
Yeah.
good language, of course. So I don't think it will replace us in that sense because the quality is not there yet. For some people, low quality might work, but if you
All
want
right.
to achieve good results, I don't think it can replace the human brain. Not just yet, not now, now as it
So,
is now.
why don't we? I'm going to let you go first, and
Right.
why don't you
I have a way smaller portfolio than you do, so we're going to
pull
show
up?
our
Yeah,
um, my mid journey. What I did, I gave it. I made some images just for fun in the beginning, and then I said, okay, I want to do some web design. Let me see. Share my screen. There, and then I'm going to go. I hope I'm doing it. Yes, here we are. Uh, you see, everyone sees. So do you see those like futuristic cyberpunk kind of girl image?
I got a few of those. Not a
Yes.
girls, but
but I was like, wow. And then, as you see, did some gothic images here, of course. And then here you see some web layouts.
You can click on them and let's
This
look at them closer.
this
Okay.
one, I'm very happy with it. And I gave a prompt as like create a website for a YouTuber, blah blah blah, with colors, that and that, practically basing it on my own website, like thinking my own website, but create something for a YouTuber with click to actions, with sections about updates, stuff like that. And I mean, I could use one of those to create a website as a guide. Of course, I cannot use those images because those images are not very good, but I could use the concept, the idea. And then I continued. This is like a gothic. Okay, I was just playing around. This one, I said, give me like for a newsletter, like a landing page for a newsletter about target group, female bloggers, something like that. Friendly, pink colors, white background, pink and purple colors. I think it looks good. Another
Yeah.
website
Yeah.
ideas, and those are like 4 variations, and then you can take one and you can say either upscale if you're happy with it or just
Right.
create more variations.
Mm-hmm.
This is for like an academia. I said, give me for a university. I just wanted to see the capabilities. I didn't use a too detailed prompt, I have to admit, on this one and on this. Looks like more a blog from like a blogger back in the middle zeros or something. But still, if I can give more details, it will create something that I could use. I took one. Actually, here I took one. Right. What is it? I took this one, the bottom, what is it, bottom right, and I said, give me more variations. And it gave me those. So for me, this is great. But like it will give me so much time. It will save so much time for me if I want to create a website. I don't freelance. I'm not a freelancer
And
anymore. I work in a company. But
you
if I
don't have
were, that would be a lifesaver for me. In
to worry
effect.
about those slow ass designers.
Well, depending, of course, the case. If the budget is low, I could just do that directly, or I could give you that. I mean, Grimskull, take this, as you said. Take this, make it, make something from it.
Exactly. I
And
would
then
say the way to use these images is to
for a
come up.
beginner, it would be good to get them going and get some portfolio, okay, to have something to showcase. But for experience, for giving a quality product, yes,
You do these, and then you hand this off to your a designer. You say, hey, here's what I'm looking for, and they can refine it. They
yes.
can, do a little bit of the now. And that's the only problem, because then you're going to end up having folks being what are called production bitches. Sorry for the euphemism, but they don't come up with the design. The AIs come up with the design, and then they're stuck
Yes.
with just kind of cutting it up, maybe just changing a few elements, refining it, like I said, and cutting it up or what have you. But that's the only thing that kind of I would be worried about.
I mean, yes. I see how it could maybe take away the job of some web designers, this one, but only if you're not after like a high quality product.
Certainly.
Yes.
Let's look at some of those. What are some of those other images? Let's look at close-ups of the goth images and stuff. Come on.
I think I stopped sharing. Wait, do I still share?
Nope,
Wait.
you're still sharing. Nope.
No, I'm not sharing. Okay, I'm gonna share again. Hi, sorry. Yeah. I share. Yes, the goth.
The artwork, because the artwork aspect of it, I love playing.
I mean, right? I say put a woman in a gothic woman in their like. I actually was very specific in that age, like in their 50s.
Well,
I wanted to give an age in front of a like goth temple. I don't remember what else I get. Now, show me a woman in her 50s with the long black hair and long Victorian dress that are in front of a Masonic or Tectonic temple in a gothic but also futuristic aesthetic. You can see the prompt here. And for the other one, the cyberpunk, that was the first and my favorite. Dystopian city showing a woman in their 40s dressed in a goth cyberpunk outfit looking upwards to digital billboards located in a busy metropolitan like city like Tokyo. Metropolitan city like Tokyo. Yeah. And I mean, look, it's amazing.
yeah, it's some crazy stuff.
I'm getting ecstatic here. I'm very enthusiastic. And I like this one. That's my favorite. Well, I think that one that is closer to my style. But I like this one as well. And
Right.
I don't know how it does it, but it's great. Are you aware of the AI stock image website?
No, but let's
Okay,
show some. I want to show my stuff, and
show
then
yours.
I have
Yes.
another site that is going to put us to shame. Just saying.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's going to put us to shame. So let me. Where am I? Actually,
there you are.
I'm gonna
I know
go.
that you have been using it way more than I am. I feel like I'm just still a baby into how I use it.
Let me go to.
This is our back protection, people.
Here, nope. Where are you?
Oh, it's a lot of chat going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Dang it! I had it up. What'd I do with it? I did something with it.
You did something.
Give me a second. It's in one of these places.
Yes, there it is. Oh,
What?
wow.
No, that ain't mine.
It's not yours. But did you see the? I mean, okay.
Yeah. Here.
I
Let's
want
get
to
that so I don't
see-
confuse people to thinking
Yes.
that stuff was mine.
I
Your
thought it was
profile.
yours.
Here it
I'm
is. No,
confused.
it was not mine. All right, here we go. Production. Okay.
Right. For the thumbnails and redacted and everything.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is stuff I did today. Here's one I did today because I needed an image. Come on.
Mhm.
It won't let me click on it. Well,
American flag ripped up in front of our. Okay.
There we
Yes.
go. There we go. So yeah, I needed an image of like basically a power plant with the American flag kind of tattered. So
Yeah. Very dystopian,
dystopian looking thing. Let me try to get this.
depressing.
Yeah. Now, again, not getting into politics, but there was a report that our president had some top secret classified documents in a garage next to his Corvette. And so I needed a red Corvette in a garage that I could use in a thumbnail. This is more art looking, not as realistic as I really wanted it to, but it worked in a pinch, right? So that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You know, I wanted, you know.
And you that you're working in a very fast-paced
Yeah.
field, the news, you need to come up with those things very fast. So I get it. It's saving time for you.
As quick as I can, yeah, for sure. Hey, there's Michelle. What's up, Michelle?
Hi.
Another one. This is people may
Ouchie.
Yes, and he's in supposed to be a orange jumpsuit, which equates to jail. So I use this as an image. I cut it out. I separated them from the background because that was not a background, and put them in a different scenario. And here's some more that I used. Here's
That is, yeah.
I used this in the background of one of my thumbnails. I was like, I want a streaming studio. There's me.
That is, yes, neon cyberpunk. I mean, and it is amazing when it comes to those. I love it. I love it. It's great.
And here's one where I did steampunk woman with like a Gatling gun or whatever. But look at the detail on that, right?
Yeah.
It's almost photorealistic, not quite. It sort of looks almost like one of those really realistic oil paintings, I guess is what you would call it. But
yes,
I needed Hillary and Putin, arguing. Yep. How did you make that look like you? I uploaded a picture. You go to Discord or wherever you have it uploaded, and you copy the link to the picture up online, and when you do /imagine prompt, you paste the URL of the image in there, and then put in the rest of your text prompts, and it will use that image to create the new image.
Yes.
Now this is what a lot of people say, like, sometimes the Midjourney just sometimes has issues, right? Now I don't know if you can notice on this one, she sort of has a like 7 or 8 fingers there. She's pointing, but she's got like weird thumb and then 5 fingers behind it,
And look at her teeth.
Her teeth. She's got 2 rows of teeth. Yeah.
Yes. But I think that's the case now with those images. They're not very humanly accurate when it comes to hands. I think that's the thing.
Sometimes, yeah. Here it says some soldiers. I needed some soldiers who look kind of rough. And again, this looks more art work and not photorealistic. And I need to get better at doing it because I want more photorealism in the stuff I do.
Yes.
Here's Biden. Now, this is kind of close to photorealism, and I uploaded an image of Biden, and then I needed an image of Biden with a goofy grin, and this is what it gave me.
Yes.
But you'll notice one of his eyes looks really weird. There's something going on with one of his eyes here.
Yeah.
There's another one.
I don't know if that is on purpose for now. The teeth are a bit crazy.
This is just a different one. Here's Putin in a
that looks good.
Yeah, this was a really good image. I thought it worked really good, and I had uploaded. He looks younger here and a little bit skinnier, but that was fine,
Yeah.
Here's a different.
He might be happy for that.
This one had less photorealism, but it was one of the variations. Can anybody tell me who that is? Who this person is?
Well, we can read the prompt.
Oh, damn.
Below it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Without looking at the prompt. It's not a very good picture of
but you
Elon.
Can get it. You can guess it.
Anyway, another one of Putin. I used that one. It was pretty good. I wanted him looking surprised. His eye looks a little weird, but that was all right.
Only you notice those things, because if you use those things for thumbnails on YouTube, it doesn't. Okay,
and here's kind of the progress really. Here's one of the ones I did. Now it looks very caricature-ish, I guess you would call it here, and even here. Oh dang it! It started getting better here, but it still looked kind of. He had a lot of wrinkles on that forehead, and then finally. I got this one looked really good, so
better. Yes.
I kept going with that. Another one of Biden looking kind of scared. Here I was trying to do text on documents, and it does not do text on documents very well. You're supposed to be able to do it in by putting, this text in quotes, you know, in quotes,
Mm,
but it does not do text very well. But it gave me the look of the
no.
document. Here's a
Yes.
bunch of shadowy government figures I wanted. Of course, they're aliens because the dude in the middle has three hands.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I needed some tanks in the forest with American flags. That was a good one. I like that one. Another tank image, good one. I needed some
Mm.
IRS agents, a sea of IRS agents.
Well, for me, it looks like a sea
The
of
men in black
Agent
guys. Yeah.
Smith
Yeah.
Matrix. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I did a thing for Vikings. I actually used this one.
For Valheim, and was
Yeah.
it also the other, the woman, also
Where is that one? There's let me find it. I
AI
know I've got it.
generated? Where is it?
Oh, these are ones that I think I let's go to my home. Maybe I can find them here. Oh, there's a few. Those are the
And
ones that I
Geiger
yeah,
inspired.
I did a Giger one.
Yes,
Those
Giger,
images
like
that I
Giger.
showed were the ones I actually like upscaled, but
Yes, yes,
here's the steampunk women that I did. Yeah, that's the all of them.
amazing.
Yeah. Um, again, me.
That
These
is,
didn't.
look, you in the future or now
Yeah,
in your studio. You're
it
in your studio.
yeah, but it really did not end up looking like me.
The
So
face, it was
yeah.
not very good on those
Here's
ones.
the group that I got, which
Better? What's
yeah.
better? Mm?
Um, this photorealistic. I uploaded a picture of me, and this is what it gave me. I don't know.
A
I
woman?
don't. No, well, there one of them looks like a woman.
One
This
is,
it's like
and this
two.
that's a guy.
They all look like
Yeah.
young men. Thank you for making me a young man, but you know,
Okay. Yeah.
um, these
And
are
that
again
is,
getting really, really. I'm probably taking up a lot of time.
but I see here it is the prompt also that is making a lot of the work. And I think I read it somewhere like a future job opportunity would be like a prompt marketeer.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. There's a Putin again that I did. That those look really good.
yes.
Um, anyway,
Yeah. We get there. I mean, yeah.
let me
I see that
find.
for you it
I
has
did
become a
here.
work
Here.
tool.
There we go.
Yes.
There's Shearston as a Viking.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yes.
I said
No.
I wanted a photorealistic Viking maiden in a bikini.
But why does the one maiden has beard?
This I don't understand.
Okay.
This I don't know. I do not know. The
Mm.
one thing these don't do is, and yes, I tried. It doesn't do nudity.
Of course you did try.
It,
I mean,
it doesn't do nudity. So, um,
okay.
I want to. Here's
That's a good thing.
the Viking. There's the Viking pictures that
They look
I got. Yeah,
amazing.
those look very cool. Now, I'm
Yeah.
going to show this one other site, and then we'll move on to the video stuff, and then try to wrap things up. But this is like
Yes.
the best mid-journey prompts,
Okay.
and I'm just going to scroll
Wow.
down through these. Look at this one. This this woman with the tattoos.
Hyper realistic. Yeah. That is
That
amazing.
is an AI image. To me, that is a photograph. It is a photograph. It looks
Yeah,
like a
true.
photograph.
Yeah. But you see how many details. So it's up to the details, the prompt.
There's all kinds of details. There's all kinds of great surrealistic looking images. Look at this one.
I want to see photograph close-up portrait 62-year-old specific.
Yes.
Tough decorated general, clean shaven, serious stoic cinematic. I mean, it is
And
the prompt.
They're actually saying shot on Kodak, right? HBO.
Yeah.
I don't know what
HBO dark moody, like
I mean, this is prompthero.com, and it has a mid-journey section, and I went here, like here's a Viking dude. Look at this.
That is a picture.
That is
Close up of a
crazy.
Viking king emerging from wet like mud, dark metal helmet, Viking act. I mean,
Now
it's,
look how they are separating their prompts with double colons, right?
yeah,
So I wonder if that's
maybe
another key. This Muppet dude, Bob Ross, is a Muppet? Come
that is
on.
amazing. That is
Come on.
amazing. Yeah.
Hey, Joseph.
Hi, Joseph.
I use AI for thumbnails now. I've been using AI for thumbnails now as a good basis to get stuff. The steampunk cat. Oh my god.
Octane render hyper realistic. I mean,
This is what I was talking about with Sean. It's like Octane Render is a render engine.
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start watching a lot of AI keynotes because I think I'm a bit. I need to know more.
Mm-hmm. Look, look, look,
That is amazing.
look. And
And
this
what do
and
you
this
have
one.
to say? Uh,
Jesus.
Artists. There are artists that are so much against it. I know the case. I really. I mean, it's also not a friend of a friend, but I know the friend, or yes, an acquaintance. An artist got angry at a person who has been creating digital art or AI art. What is your opinion? My opinion is accept it because this is here now and it's not going anywhere.
I mean,
Tapped.
I've never considered myself an artist, okay? I did not
Yes.
go to I did not take art classes. I mean,
No.
I've got a degree in visual communications, one in graphic design, and one in multimedia specialty. I was
Mm-hmm.
going to continue on to get my fine arts degree, but as happenstance, circumstances came up that I just didn't continue. But and now I'm doing this. I don't really see a need for me to go back to art school. Other If I want to get into art right now, it is for just personal pleasure to be able to sit down and learn how to paint, learn how to draw with my hand. But I am a guy, I am like, that's why I call myself a pixel pusher. I'm a digital content creator. I create
Yes.
content. I'm going to use the tools at my disposal to do that. Now, there are certain aspects of this that we're talking about that, are that will replace certain things. I'm trying to think of a good analogy. Somebody will probably come up with it better than I did. I think
I don't know, tractors
the
compared to manual work. Well, it's not AI, but it was something that replaced
the car
humans.
the car that
The car.
replaced the horse and carriage. The car replaced
Yeah.
the horse and carriage. All right.
But
The internet is
mhm.
replaced printed books, right?
Yes,
You
but
still
people are
have
still reading.
you still have
Yeah.
people. Yeah, I'm sorry, I keep interrupting, but you still have
But
people out there that are going to be imaginative, right? Have imagination and are going to be able to use
yes,
this. I'm not saying that not everybody can use this. I think it is expanding. Uh, it is giving tools to a lot of people who would not necessarily have the time to learn how to be an artist, but they can think about art, right?
correct.
Right? Right.
That's
Now,
yes,
now what concerns me is people that will use this and then try to pass it off as like original works of their own. They may have
hmm
imagined it, right? But they let the computer do the actual work, right?
Yes. Yes.
You
I
know,
guess
the,
we need something.
if you're going to have people go to places like this prompt hero and get prompts and put them in. They didn't come up with the prompts, somebody else did, but they're going to create art. It's people like that that are going to pass off stuff that, hey, well, I came up with this. Well, no, you didn't. It was, somebody else came up with the prompts. You just plugged it
Is
in
it
and
is it true that when it comes to Mid Journey, if I generate something, it is mine? I think I'm going to read more about it, but I heard about it.
that
So
is something to investigate.
and
I have not
so
looked
don't
into
take my
that.
word for
Uh,
granted. We can read more about it. So if I create something and then you take my picture, you cannot, because then I can say, and it has like a digital signature, I guess, that it says that it was created by me.
I'm
So
not.
even
I'd
if
have
you
to look
take
into
it,
that. I mean, that's a certainly a good point to bring up is
yes,
if you create if you create an image in Mid Journey, do you hold the copyright to that image?
of course, then there's the other issue, I guess, that many artists, at least in my understanding, that okay, you created that, but it is based on other pieces of art. So who has the copyright? It's not yours to have a copyright. It's
Yeah.
someone. It's inspired by other
If
work,
it's inspired
like
by
the Giger.
yeah,
Yeah,
exact. But those Giger images, I typed in Giger, and to me, those don't even look. I mean, go back
I
to
know.
that.
I know, I'm just playing the devil's advocate here,
Go
but yes.
back to that. I mean, it.
Hmm.
I don't think what I did could be mistaken for
Mm. Inspired, though.
the certainly
Heavily
inspired,
inspired.
but not
Yes.
mistaken for
No. Well, if someone thinks that they are original,
certainly not.
no,
Come on. I mean,
Giger
I
Alien.
would be
It's
flattered.
not even close. Yeah.
It's certainly biomechanical, so you could
Hmm.
probably say, but I would definitely say uh, I would tell people well these works are inspired by Giger's artwork, um, you know
That is the
because it
ethical
was
point, I guess, because you would say, and I would say also, but of course there are going to be people that they will not say it, and we just have to accept it. And it has always been the case, stuff like
right.
that. People cheat and they present stuff of their own. It doesn't have to be created by AI to claim that something is theirs. They can just copy a paper from someone else and
Yeah,
present it
yeah,
as
yeah.
theirs. I mean, so
True.
yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, we could go on for hours about
Yes.
the just artwork, but
Yes.
here's
All
my
in all, we can
my
agree.
my
We
one
can agree at
bikini
this.
attempt that
Oh,
just
that doesn't look
weird.
very well.
They
Doesn't
yeah,
look.
it was a
It's a.
early.
It
She looks.
doesn't.
I mean, I will claim this because it's terrible. It looks
Yes, but I think she feels like she's suffering a bit on the
maybe
first
I don't
picture.
know.
Yeah.
There's very abnormal looking. Look at the face on this one. Whew.
Yeah, it looks a bit more. It needs a bit more work.
Here's Tom
But
Cruise as a
this.
Viking. These
Oh,
I've gotten better at my prompts. You know,
yeah.
those very the thing with Mid Journey. I'm sure you know this too. That it's there's a way to have Mid Journey just take your text prompts and go freaking nuts, right? And just create whatever.
Mm.
But then you can also set it to where it kind of is more strict to what you want. Can I just ask AI to make me a royalty free image in the prompt?
I don't know.
Yes,
I mean, is it
probably.
royalty? I mean, are Mid Journey royalty free images? Let's see what Google says. Art
No,
created with a free trial account comes with a Commons non commercial 4.0 attribution international license. Basically, you can use the image if you do not make money off of them
what does it say
and
about
you credit
the
Mid Journey.
what does it say about why don't we just go? certainly there's a
If you pay for an account, you can use your art as you want. This includes selling them. So if I get the subscription on Midjourney, I can sell my art.
all right. I'm downloading and selling some stuff. Anybody need some pics of Putin or you can't. So yes, I mean you can't
I mean, we're just
obviously.
reading what says here, but we, as you said, it is worth some more investigating. But yes, wait.
I mean, if you come up with some that looks original, that's obviously not a copy of something else or in a style of someone else,
Mhm.
you can that they do allow for you to use those to sell or use in commercial projects. So, but yeah, again, like I said, we can go on for hours.
Yes.
I have not touched any of well, I can't say that. AI for video editing, right? That's what we're going to talk about now.
Yes, I'm not very sure about it. I just added it there because I just want to talk about it without having too much knowledge.
Okay. I use a few tools.
Hmm.
One that David Foster pointed me to, another that Alex McDonald
Hmm.
pointed me to, that I guess could be considered AI tools, but they don't build an entire video for you. You could.
Okay.
One is called Descript, and it's
Okay.
you can you, you can either write a script. You could probably use like GPT or whatever to write a script, plug it into Descript, which also has like with their paid subscription stuff, has
Oh,
B-roll and stuff and narration that you could put together. Um, can I
so you
so I've used that, but I've not used it to create videos. I still use Premiere to do my editing. I export it,
okay?
pull it into Descript, and I've used it to put uh, um, uh, the captions, right? Fancy subtitles
Oh, okay.
on the shorts. I have used it to I
Oh,
have used it on a few videos to kind of use, cut video to the text and kind of take out, because you could
saves time.
take out filler words. You can read the text and cut it to the script so that it is concise and still in
Hmm.
context, which has been a little easier than just kind of having to sit there and listen to it over and over.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and then I've used something called Recut, which takes the silence out of long videos that have a lot of takes and stuff like that, right? Um, but I have
That
not
is great.
used any tools to generate a whole video from scratch for me. There,
Well, I don't know if that comes into the AI tool, but you know Synthesia?
which one?
Well, it's a tool. It has like a person,
Uh huh.
and you put the text, and the person is reading
Oh,
your text, and you can create a video like that. So
yeah,
it's I don't know
yes.
how AI that can be considered, but of some sort,
I
in
sorta,
some
I
way.
guess, but yeah.
I don't know how good they look though. I mean, you can spot it. I think personally, I can spot it.
Hello, Prepararian. I just tried the Insta360 AI tool today that edits, selects camera movement, and add music all in the phone, and ended up quite nice. Cool. But yeah, I've not done because I like video editing. I've gotten to really have fun, you know, getting in there and just pulling things together, playing with the
Hmm.
music,
Yes.
putting the graphics and motion graphics and stuff on it. I mean, I've been doing that, for when I was worked at the TV station doing commercial editing and motion graphics for for clients, stuff like that. But so I don't see that I'm going to get much into AI video editing other than to use whatever tools will help me to make those tedious parts of it more efficient. Cut those tedious parts out, like
That,
like
yes,
like like editing out all those empty dead spaces in a long video, or stuff like that.
correct. I mean, because it was one of my questions since I don't know that much. And then I was thinking, is it like the auto tunes, the auto filters on Photoshop consider some sort of AI, or it's not that which has been there? Because it must have some sort of, it has some data and it is reading the picture, is scanning it, and it's optimizing it in a way. So I don't know how much of that is AI or just image optimization. But when it comes to video, it's like, can I edit to use it to edit my YouTube videos, like trim the unnecessary and like long pauses, for because for that would be great time savior
Well,
for
that's
me.
yeah, and those are times to me. I mean, I guess it uses AI to look for that stuff, right? But I don't, because when we're talking about AI generated stuff, right? We're talking about
Yes, we
something
are
that
talking.
that creates a full. To me,
Yes.
it creates almost a full composition of something, whether that is a written script, whether that's creating a piece of artwork or a digital, AI generated image, or a video.
Yes.
It's going to do it from start to scratch with just
Hmm.
inputs or prompts, you know, to give it guidance. Whereas
Correct.
that's different from a tool that it's like color grading, right? Color grading, I'm
Hmm.
sure it uses the computer to help you do it, but it doesn't necessarily take you out of the equation, which is kind of what AI does, right? It takes it more out of your control, and the computer does most of the work. If that
Correct.
made any
Correct.
sense at all, I hope it did.
Yes. No, I mean it was part of my from a philosophical point of view, how we've been using AI without knowing it, and now everyone is going crazy with Chat GPT and Midjourney,
Right.
whereas we have been already been
I
using AI tools.
I would say
But
we've been
mm,
using, well, I guess here's a good example of
okay.
AI is with like Grammarly,
Right.
or
Exactly.
if
Yes.
you use a any kind of code, and I think George could probably may have an opinion on this, but any kind of coding software that you use to write the code with that auto complete stuff, right?
Right.
That
Yes.
it reads your
Even Gmail
mind, right? Exactly.
or
Anything that
in,
auto completes your sentences or whatever,
mm,
or words, to me that's kind of it's AI. So we've been using these AI tools to help us, be more efficient. But
mm,
what we've been talking about today, to me, is it's on the cusp of where it's little input from the human, and the computer puts out almost a completed composition or piece of art or finished piece.
yes.
So
Yes, that is what
that's kind of the
yeah.
differentiation between like an AI
Mm.
tool and then AI generated
Content
stuff,
or yes,
content. Yeah.
yes, yeah.
It's a
Do we go
it's a big
to the
subject.
next? It is a big subject,
Do we have
and
a next? Oh, we've got
well, the next is just
the future.
to
The
the
future. Yeah, let's
future.
go.
How do you
Let's
see that affecting content creation? Because for me, I see it as a positive thing, as a efficiency, productivity, time savior.
all I can say all I really feel is that it's going to have a big impact. I don't know whether that's
Yes.
going to be negative or positive. I know for some people it's going to be a positive, for others it's going to be a negative. Because, one day when we get off fossil fuels, all those coal miners are not going to have a job, right?
Yeah.
Coal miners are not going to have a job. Uh, you know, Again, I could go to take the fast food analogy to where you can almost go to any fast food restaurant these days, at least, and you could walk up to a kiosk to order your food, right? And you don't have to interact with a human because,
Oh, you mean like the
yeah,
digital
yeah,
screen that you just
yeah,
go and you, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So at some point, AI is going to eliminate the need for certain
That's
things.
already the case in like places like Japan, and even my friend Vasos, he was in Prague, in the Czech Republic, if I'm not mistaken, the country. It was in a place that she was served by a robot. Like there was no human
And
interaction.
that's it's like the college camp on college campuses and other places you have delivery bots now that deliver the food from certain, you can have them deliver it from campus locations up to you. I mean, so
Yeah, yeah.
right now obviously that can't be something citywide in some places right now, but in a
Hmm.
local area it can be. But
Hmm.
sooner or later you're going to have, like, robots controlled by AI doing all kinds of things. Now I know we're talking about in content creation, but I mean, it, this is just an analogy of kind of where it could go. I mean,
Exactly. Yes. Like everything else, this is where change is going to happen, and it's inevitable.
um, I
I'm embracing it. I'm going to use,
well,
I'm going to burn it. I'm going to use it as much as I can to generate video ideas, generate an outline for my videos. I will still have to, it will still going to be me. I'm not going to have a deep face myself. And I mean, I think it feels like more work if I do everything auto generated. It's, yes,
I think, and I think to me that's my philosophy is I'm going to look to use it in ways that are going to help me be more efficient
yes,
and be faster. It's not necessarily going to help me generate the idea. It'll help me generate some ideas, but I certainly won't use it as the thing that when a client says, hey, create this video for me, and then I just find some AI thing that does it. you know I don't want to do that, but I would like,
no,
if I'm trying to find ideas for a script for something. I mean, for my own content creation especially, if it's going to help
yes.
me come up with ideas for my content faster that I can use as a foundation or a jumping off point, that's what I want to use it for.
Yeah, I mean, how many times have you been thinking, okay, what am I going to stream tomorrow? I want to stream, what am I going, and thinking, oh my God, I don't have any inspiration ideas. Go to ChatGPT, give me 5 ideas, and then you have 5 live streams ahead with
Right,
ideas.
right. So, I mean,
Yes.
we'll just have to see. You know, we'll just have to see
Yes.
what happens. Yeah,
Yeah. But we stand in a very positive way
you know. I
for
mean,
now.
I would say if you're a person that's going to be scared of it, you might start looking for a a different career path. Something that
That.
something
Yes.
something where AI won't touch you. you know,
True.
you
True.
know. Uh,
And it's the same argument also like I saw it somewhere, like truck drivers that are replaced by self-driving truck, like Volvo, and they're doing those things in Scania
well,
because of reaching remote areas where it's very hard to get humans
right,
there, or
right. Well, in transportation, I mean,
yes,
trains were at one time supposed to take, pretty much, that was the solution to get goods across country. Now
mm,
we still have highways,
yeah,
for everybody else, and of course that's trucking, did not go away because sometimes it's a lot easier just to hire an individual person or a company that can get it
Mm-hmm.
there faster because trains are limited. There's only so many places trains can go. There's only so many
Yes.
routes they can go. But yeah,
Mm.
but the self-driving thing, yeah, that's kind of.
It's happening.
But they need self-driving nuclear powered trucks because we're out of
Why
gas.
nuclear?
We're running out of gas.
Oh, you mean that? Yeah, yeah,
Getting rid of
yeah. Oh,
fossil
yeah.
fuels, stuff like that.
Electric.
Yeah, it's a
Electric.
discussion for another time. But anyway.
Another episode. Okay. Uh, is that it? Do we have any more
I
philosophical, smart
no,
things to say?
I think I still believe that when Skynet becomes sentient, it's going to exterminate the human race. So
Yes, correct.
live it up while you
Exactly.
can, because AI is
Exactly.
going to kill us all.
Gonna take over. Yes. With that positive thought,
Thanks, folks,
let's say
for hanging out. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody showing up. Sorry for our glitch in the matrix start, but
it's part of the
we're
charm.
working it. And if nobody noticed, we have a whole new, look,
It looks amazing.
a
It
look
looks
and feel to
amazing.
it.
Thank you so much for putting it
Yeah,
together,
yeah, yeah.
Pascal. It looks
Um,
great.
and this is we recorded this, so if you missed it, you guys can catch the replay.
And we're looking forward to
Whenever,
your
yeah.
comments, of course.
Oh yeah. Please comment. Xanthi, where can they find you? Where can they get in touch with you?
You see my
All that
handle
stuff.
below. This is my Twitter, and if you search for Xanthi as this is my name on YouTube, you will find my channel on YouTube here, and same handle Twitter and Instagram at xsiraku here.
And you can. I'm at Grimskull everywhere, so I'm pretty easy to
Easier,
find. And
more efficient.
now Xanthi does. If you're lurking or anything, thanks Alpha. Appreciate it, Alpha Unit Gamers. If you're looking for some WordPress knowledge, if you like some good blogs,
Yes,
vlogging,
a lot of WordPress.
check out Xanthi.
Yes,
On our YouTube
WordPress
channel.
Elementor, blogging also tips.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do graphic design, motion graphics. We also do gaming on the weekends. Xanthi and I, plus our friend Nemi, QT, Shearston,
Yes.
and we're currently
We play
playing
games.
Valheim.
Yes.
You can catch us on the weekends in the mornings doing that. Sometimes we had been playing Minecraft, but anyway, this is the XG podcast, which is focused on small creators like Xanthi and I, who are trying to become big creators. But
Yes.
who knows? We're having fun
And
doing
we talk
it.
about it. We talk about our opinions, experiences, ideas, stuff like that.
All right.
So
anything else?
Yes. We're good.
Good.
I hope to see everyone in the next next episode as well.
Yeah. Thanks, folks. We're gonna see if we can end the stream better than we started by pressing the end button and it go to the end screen. So thanks, guys, and we will catch you
everyone
on the next one.
Yes.